Okay. He said go for it.
I make a motion for the sheriff to have Tony go pay the permit fees for the work at the jail to the city.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
You also want to include the reason for that the request for the city to waive the fees has not been granted.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Fees weren't waived, so we're not gonna mess around. Yeah.
And as well, I'd like to put together a motion to terminate the dispatch agreement with the city of Mountain Home.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the wording on that should
For
be
non-payment.
the Elmore County gives notice of its intent to terminate the dispatch agreement executed on 20 September 2024 between Elmore County and the city of Mountain Home because the city has not fulfilled the requirements of that agreement to make the cash payment that was due and payable on November 1 and therefore is in breach of the agreement. And the county is giving notice that it will terminate the agreement pursuant to the terms in that agreement.
That's a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
And you're authorized, you're going to sign off on a letter to be sent to the city to that effect.
Yes, signed by the sheriff and commissioners. Yes.
So you'll have to come back.
I'll be back.
Okay, did we have any indigent applications?
The other thing is, Mike, and I know you're just coming back, but the jail count's been low
I got the,
for quite a while.
I've requested the stats and been briefed about that, and I'll start looking in on it.
No,
Kyle's been great.
We let Kyle
Him
know,
and Greg have
it's
been right here with anything that we need.
it's been
Something to look at.
85, 86 for quite a while. I see it bumped up this morning, but it's been low.
Yeah, let me get back in next Monday, and I'll start looking at it.
Yep.
And we're glad to see you back, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate that, because the sheriff is back.
Yep.
Regardless of what people say that I was.
Oh, I only started that rumor because it was fun.
Thanks.
And Lucas, how are you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good, good. So you got your wish, you got some snow.
Good job.
Not enough, though.
He said circle
There's not
legs.
that much up there.
So you did
Maybe
great
half
in
inch.
the back of
I
our
was up to catch up with you this past road, but I thought they've got hardly any snow at all.
I know, it's crazy. I don't know.
So there was no indigent,
All right.
is that what I heard?
correct.
Make a motion to approve December 6th and November 22nd minutes.
Second, all in favor? And Al, you had talked briefly about Glens Ferry and what we should do down there with the landfill. I support, put a little bit of work into that. I support the county getting a structure moved in there and getting our own people. We have to be aware of what's going on.
So what will wind up happening is, and I know we've talked about it a little bit, but if we do all those things, we'll have to take backhoe down there, which means we'll need another one here.
Now, did you guys want to get contractor back in here for a meeting, for a work session to go over problems you guys saw with the terms they presented? And
We do have to, because some of the stuff they had, some of the collection sites are not ours that we should be paying for. But yeah, we need to schedule them back in there and make sure Deb's here too. So we can talk about all that. And she had a quote. State did. Anyway.
So, and one thing I thought about, you talked about a small building down there. I think we need to just, have a contractor take one of those little storage containers and modify it to make an office that can be locked up tight, those little steel storage containers. They make really nice offices if somebody puts them together right. So that's a thought.
They're for sale all the time. Already turned that way. Anyhow. We'll get there.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, speaking of contracts, Phil, did I hear you say that we do not have insurance?
We got their performance on the Desert Stage contract. We got a copy of their performance bond, but we don't have a copy of Exhibit C of their insurance requirements of workers' comp and liability insurance. With the county.
Have you called them?
No, I haven't called them back on that. I will do that this afternoon.
I'm sure they've got it.
I'm sure they've got it too. So what do you guys want? Did you see the contract, and that edit that they made basically just changes the wording on the that outside work?
I glanced at it.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything that was going to be a concern.
Okay. So do you got? So what do you want to do? Just authorize James to sign, to initial those two red markings there,
Yeah.
and then authorize me or authorize James to sign the notice to proceed, and as soon as we get that those insurance certificates, we can go ahead and send that.
Yes. And I would make that a motion to authorize James Rodden with the Growth Development Department to sign those documents.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then you guys want to take one of the copies in front of you and just initial the red spots right here. But
Okay.
Mr. Favor is done.
Oh.
Because the insurance exhibit does say that they need to show us that prior to commencing work.
Right. And,
Yeah, that's, yeah.
I would think that is nothing but a phone call
Yeah.
to them guys.
Yeah.
Should be. In fact, we probably ought to just step out and go do that.
Okay, if I can find his phone number.
You don't have his phone number?
I've got it somewhere.
And I did not understand what this was with Alan Roberts.
I can shoot.
He's coming in at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, either way. That time clock thing?
Yeah.
Alan's gonna,
Huh?
so, this is one of their software things that they've had. It used to be with Alad Tech, and now the new company that took it over is this Time Clock Plus.
Well, I thought
But it's-
we had a system to do all that kind of stuff. Do we not have?
It's not for them, for employees to clock in.
Oh.
It's one of their software systems on tracking their runs and their patients and stuff. But Alan will be here to explain that.
Okay.
He has the contract, this is just now a renewal.
I think the finish.
But it's,
Yes, so Alan's, it's a program they already have to track their runs, I think it is. But he's gonna come in and explain.
Okay. Soil and water, come on up, please. How we doing, guys?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, good.
I know you guys have full docket this morning, I'm sure, but we just wanted to come in and kind of give you our update on what we've been doing, how we've been, using the money that you guys help us with, and come in when we're not asking for more. First off, I'll apologize. We don't have a handout to give you. One of the big things is McKenna bought our.
You can't tell we're keeping an entire paper company working.
Yeah. Rich McKenna bought the building that our office was in over here on Haskett.
You guys moved, right?
And so, we're in the process of moving. Right now, we officially, the Soil and Water, the Mason Lodge has offered to let us use their office as a temporary office for our secretary.
But USDA has moved to the Forest Service.
They moved to the Forest Service. There's
3 people.
yeah, there are 3 desks there that are smaller than this space here. So it's temporary. It was a huge mess as far as the USDA is concerned, and it's gone all the way up to Washington D.C. What a mess it's been. So they're trying to find a new building, but they're saying less than a year at the Forest Service office.
So what's happened to that building?
School's taking it over.
They're turning into their administration building.
Oh, you guys
Yeah,
got the move.
sorry. My name is Chris
You got the
McDaniel.
boot.
I'm the chairman of the Elmore Soil and Water Conservation District. Want to introduce yourself?
Steve Nemeth, Vice Chairman of the Conservation District.
Sorry, what was the last name?
Steve Nemeth. Excuse me.
So couple big things besides the move transition. We just had our local working group meeting here in October. This is where we set the priorities for where we would like to see NRCS spend their money this upcoming year. And they're just, the USDA, NRCS is doing a huge amount of work in the community. I just talked to Connie. They have over $1.2 million of projects that they've already implemented for this last 6 months, and they're expecting to be close to 3.5 by the end of the year in July. So I mean, that's a ton of money going to the local community for irrigation and all the ag stuff. Yeah. So it's been great for us to be able to, for them to partner. I guess technically they're partnering with us on that. So that was a big thing. On a smaller scale, we have our local community grant project that we've been working on. This last year we had 4 different people, 4 different partners with that. 2 big seed projects. Jason Nettleton, their ranch out here south by the windmills, and then Kelly Riggs, both of which they're planting native vegetation back in to counteract like cheatgrass and some other invasive species and reestablish range on the places. And then we had for grazing. And then we had 2 smaller projects down in Glens Ferry, Hammett area, helping some small farmers, veteran farmers, put in improved irrigation. So it's been a great asset for our community also. And for this upcoming year, we changed the parameters a little bit. Last year was $10,000. We lowered it to a $5,000 limit just because we were getting some applications for some big projects that were we were feeling a little bit overwhelmed.
By the size of them.
Yeah, like
We're
kind
just
of nervous
small.
about the amount of money that we were helping out with. So lowered it to $5,000 limit and trying to get more money into some of the smaller projects. So we've had a really positive response from people on that. We have our 9th grade field day. It was a great success this last year. We're planning it. We've already got it scheduled with the teachers for this upcoming year for May 14th. We have a bunch of all ninth graders from Mountain Home. We're going to try and get Glens Ferry this year, and we've reached out to Bruno to see if they want to participate. They've lukewarm on it, but anyway, we have our natural resource camp. We sent 15 people this year. We had the most. Elmore County had the biggest representation there of any county in the state. It's natural resource camp set up by University of Idaho. It's up in Haley. Anyway, the King Hill project, that was another big thing that we were partnered with the WACPA, with the Idaho Soil and Water Conservation Commission money. They are just finished up with the King Hill portion, the Cold Springs portion of that.
Of the irrigation district.
Of the irrigation district.
That's the new pipes.
The new pipes, yeah. They were just waiting until the corn was harvested to put the last of those pipes in, and then they were going to finish up. So that should be done.
One will be completing and the other one's still, there's another section.
Another section.
There's another section,
It's
there's
just
like 5
getting started.
sections of it or something, so they're just going through. And they're putting in for the WAPA money, which is state money.
So, do you guys help the Mountain Home Irrigation District with any of their issues?
Yeah, when, the amount that they've asked, the initial, what was it, the first phase that collapsed, not the most recent one, but it was number 4. We put in like almost $50,000 into some engineering plans for that, but ended up, I think, not being used because it ended up being an emergency, and so they just.
Well, I think they used the part just for that repair, not for the whole. The engineering we did was replace the whole section. They just used the
Right,
engineering
and
for this.
that
They
was
put one
done.
pipe in or 2 pipes.
Wasn't that done years ago, though?
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago.
3. Well, the pipe for the repair was 2 years ago. The engineering was like
That's the last time.
4 years ago that we. Yeah, and we've talked to them. They've we offered our assistance, and they said they would take us up on it as they saw fit. I know they're having some transitions in their board and stuff too. So, but yeah, we're willing. We're anybody in the community. We have this community grant that's this small pot of money, but as if there are special projects that people need assistance with, we are more than willing to help and take into consideration. So.
And so do you guys, not to keep you here too long, but do you guys also pay attention to what's going on with all the wind and solar projects that are encompassing the area? Will it have any effect on what you do?
We get all the stuff for the projects that are coming up, but we never see any of that stuff. So, like when they put in a new subdivision, we'll get a little copy of what's going on, but we never hear about what's going on with the solar and wind and like that. So,
Like this big wind project down by Twin, is that kind of thing?
No, it's all right here.
Okay.
So, there's 700 or 800 acres right here at exit 90 that's getting ready to start moving. There's 13,650 acres 5 miles east of here. That's a lot of country. That's the
first I've heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. This is so we're that's under our previous leadership we were kind of.
Well, you might want to talk
smaller,
to Mitra
we're
and just
trying
ask her if you guys can be in the loop.
Who's that?
Our growth and development director or James, and I think they send out occasional notices, don't they, Phil, on what they got going on to where.
Well, anytime there is any kind of permit application and a conditional use permit hearing, there's a standard list of government organizations that they give notice to. I don't know whether they send one to these guys or not.
I don't think so because we don't see that
Stephanie
stuff.
gives us all those projects.
All you gotta do is just stop by there and ask her to put you on the list.
Is that
Yeah.
here in the
Yeah,
building?
the next little building over.
Okay. Oh.
In
okay.
front of the
Street over.
Legion Hall.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you guys really should see what's going on out there, because it's unbelievable.
Okay. Yeah. That's something that we would like to be involved in and like to have at least a say. Same with the water board.
Yeah.
So
you guys have been trying to be there.
yeah, I appreciate your
We
including us in
appreciate the
that.
assistance. You
So we're trying to get out there a little bit more. We were supposed to be on the ballot this in November here, but our name on there. So we were kind of hoping to get our, use that as part of our names.
A little bit.
Let people
People
know
get to know
we're
you.
in the community. We've got some, ideas to like put some signage out on the reader board and some things like that. Some of our upcoming.
And there's one other thing I wanted to just mention was the thistles. It seemed like last year, everywhere you went out there was a lot of thistles. We have a county weed spraying guy.
Yeah.
And if there was a way, you guys are working with all your ranchers, to communicate a little bit, like, we've got a massive amount in this certain spot. If we could put those two together, I think we could help slow some of that down. But I mean, they're just everywhere. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a new extension guy too.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, that there's a new extension person starting here pretty soon. And then
We've always worked
do we
well
have
with
a
that.
is there a new weed guy?
Yeah.
Do you know what his name is or
Larry.
contact?
Larry.
Larry. Okay.
Larry.
Larry. Well,
Does he have the same number as
Yeah.
David?
Same number.
okay.
He has his number then.
But it just seems like if we could, if the folks that you guys are communicating with on your small water projects and your ground, if there's a problem on a certain piece of ground where we could communicate, I think we could slow down a bunch of this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can slow that thistle down, because I have a
It's-
good friend at the end of 18th, and we've walked along the trail along the irrigation ditch, and that whole
Yeah, it's everywhere.
hillside just covered with thistle.
We should-
I mean,
we
5
should-
foot tall,
Yeah.
just everywhere.
We should reach out to the new weed guy because
Yeah.
what was the last guy? David. He came to a couple of meetings.
Yeah.
We had some stuff
You
kind of
should
put
keep
together
our
with him.
field
So
day too.
that's a good. Yeah. Somebody reach out for an Andrew field
Is
day.
his office in this building?
In this building? No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not sure. Is he over?
He's in with the pest.
Oh,
Mosquito guy.
okay, Steve Williams.
Steve's not there.
He's gone too? Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of the main thing. So we had.
AJ, what'd you have?
I was just gonna point out that Larry doesn't work Fridays, so I just didn't want you guys to go up there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, we appreciate your time.
Sure.
And appreciate the cooperation
You bet.
that we
We
have
appreciate
with
it. You
guys.
guys do too.
We're really. It feels to us, speaking for our board, it feels to us like we're really starting to make some progress and make some, kind of really get into the community and get some stuff together and make some.
We're just,
Make some good things
we're on the
happen.
edge, just chipping away. You guys are in the middle, battling everything, so we just we'll help where we can.
You don't even.
No comment.
Yeah.
And we do have we finally have a cell phone for our secretary, so we'll make sure that.
Yeah, we're mobile now. We actually
You
have
guys
people
have
down
that,
in
so if you
Bruno
need
too. People down in Bruno too. That's how spread out we are.
Sure.
Everyone's employee in Bruno.
Well, keep it up.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
All
time.
right, thank you.
Make a motion to approve the snowmobile grant.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Lucas, were you here for that? Snowmobile stuff?
Oh, yes, yeah, I was. But if you guys have any questions or anything, I know what's there.
Okay, and Al, that's what you just approved?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think everything was fine. Stuff.
Yeah, they had more verbiage in there on signs than anything. They like signs, I guess.
Was there any talk about permitting for homeowners up in the Anderson Ranch Bluffs area for oversized vehicles on the grove trails?
Nope.
So say that one more time.
That's just the grant money for the operations.
For the operation, okay.
Yep. But no, there's been no. I think those guys, well, last year they had that rally or whatever it was with all them bigger snowmobile machines, and that sounded like that went well.
Yeah, yeah. There's I don't know if it's gonna get brought up this year or not, but the homeowners up in that subdivision, it's an ongoing battle that we have every year that they want to follow suit with Valley County and do some type of permitting system for once a year. They get a permit, that way they can travel on the groom trails in the morning time or when it's cold enough. That way they can get to and from their houses to maintain it and stuff. So I didn't know if that's what this was about today.
Nope. Nope, and we haven't heard nothing about that, so.
Okay.
That's the no news and good news.
No, I have a question. AJ, did you get together with Shelley about this change to the agreement about minimum wage and so forth?
You guys sent it to me, but I'm not clear on.
Okay. Well, do any of the funds that we use under this agreement pay for employees?
I have no idea,
Okay.
to be honest.
That was the question that I raised, is that there's a requirement, there's a change to the requirement that if any of the money is used for to pay people, it's subject to minimum wage and sick leave requirements.
Do we have any certificates of residency?
Yeah, and this one that was in our packet, there was, you know, the Chris Curtis, there was no mention of Marty. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
And AJ needs a short executive session on that.
On personnel?
And we have a camera going up in there.
I'd make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Idaho Code 74-2061P to discuss personnel issues.
Second.
All in favor?
But his camera
Roll
is.
call.
all to get a list, so that way we could kind of try to find them. We were gonna hack at it together, so.
Yeah, so at our last district meeting, that was brought up, it was on our agenda to go through and scan all that stuff, cause it's in, I mean, it's old paper. Yeah. And we need to get it all scanned. I mean, a fire just scares the shit out of me. You'd never find that stuff ever again.
And good luck finding it in the court files.
Yeah.
Decrees and so forth.
Yep.
Well, it's kind of important, and we hope you'll help them any way you can, and,
So I do have a small ask, and this is just a Rachel ask. So do you by any chance have a admin assistant clerk that can help me? Like if I brought in a box of documents that just need to be fed in real quick to scan, like more of the recent stuff, if I brought it in a box, if somebody can do that?
I don't know that we can do that.
What?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
I
cause just
mean,
'cause-
I'm not talking about the job physically, I'm just saying, you know, I think that's kind of getting outside of the scope of
okay,
our employees.
Spending county, basically county money. on
okay.
that.
Okay, or the no of.
Well,
I
why
think
don't
Rachel's-
you
that's what
just
she's
ask Amalia and those folks, as they're doing this, if they can, they
Mhm.
probably have a way of doing that, they're a pretty sharp bunch, they've got a
Yeah.
lot of.
I would imagine they would just photograph it,
Yeah,
digitize it.
Yeah,
Ask
and I was
them.
gonna ask the city if I can just sit and use their
That's the
their
museum
scanner
people.
real fast, where it
Oh,
does
yeah,
more
that's a good
documents.
idea.
Who?
The museum.
Oh, yes, great idea. I'll use,
There you go.
That's part of the problem with this whole thing, it's not knowing.
the people. I'm still learning, but yes.
But Rachel's doing a good job down there.
What's Betty Ann Nettleton's group?
Historical.
The Historical Society.
Okay,
Well, and Amalia and that group, they're really sharp. I mean, they went everywhere from Salt Lake to Seattle, you know, through all the Corps of Engineers stuff. They've got a tremendous amount.
It's quite a story.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how far that one, they were talking about running that water clear from Stanley.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
so the
That's
original documents are at fingertips from the 1912s and stuff. Those are real easy for her to access, so I think it's around the 50s is where we're, 1950s is where I'm gonna have to really dig. But the older stuff, I know exactly where they're at, so,
Well, we just need any assistance you can provide those folks to
Yeah.
make it all work, so.
All right. Well, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day.
Yeah, and stay with Carrie
Yeah.
on that grant money.
yeah.
Like I said, there's another 170 million.
Okay. And then we're having that new administration, presidential administration coming in, and that should hopefully bring more avenues in. So,
Who knows?
exactly. All right, well,
Okay,
thank you
thank you.
guys.
You bet, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
What are we missing here? I'd like to just spend a few minutes in executive session under exempt records, and I don't know that we have anything else after that.
No.
So,
Made it back just in time to get the camera, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk to you.
Yeah, they locked the door and you'd never see it again.
Yeah. Because I don't know that it's actually on, because they
Yeah,
had to
it
go into
actually got
executive session.
unplugged, it looked like.
Well, we had to go into executive
That's
session
why.
and you can't
Okay.
leave it in there, so we
Right.
took it out in the hall, and the gentleman that took it out in the hall for us, I believe he turned it off, but I don't know, and I don't know how to
That's
turn
fine.
it back on. I opened it back up, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's
what
fine. I
got
think
what
that-
thank you very much.
I just hope that I, got what we can use and need and see on the web.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me come in.
You bet. I make a motion to go into executive session.
Well, they have to let you come.
Pursuant to Idaho Code 74-206,
Public meeting.
1D exempt records.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.